Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Businesses which fall in the micro, small and medium-sized industry, that's the MSMEs, are calling for better conditions for financing at local institutions. The president of the MSME Alliance says banks should consider a broader base of factors to grant approval for loans. Long before the current high interest rate environment, MSMEs have struggled to acquire loans for their businesses, a situation made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic and the revenue uncertainty with which it came.
A lot of us have been rated as high risk, which might not necessarily be the truth. It's just, we all are bunched into one group and call it a high risk group, and we usually are offered higher interest rate instruments at that end of the spectrum. The high interest rate has wreaked havoc and has put us in very difficult positions.
Donovan Wignall is the president of the MSME Alliance. He says to combat this, financial institutions have to become more familiar with their MSME clients.
The relationship with the customer now should determine how the bank interacts with the customer. If I know you, I know your business, I know your business numbers, I've been seeing your transactions. I have, my manager knows you, we have a relationship. That kind of situation should dictate how the bank interacts with each and every one of the members. And I want to see KYC being treated as actually KYC and not just where the customer is bunched into one generic group and treated the same way as everybody else.
Let's head to some news from our neighbors up north. That's Cuba. Their central bank has banned state and private businesses from using automated banking machines, ABMs. It's also limited cash transactions between businesses. This is in a bid to slow inflation amid a grave economic crisis. Now, Reuters reports that the regulations went into effect on Thursday. That's today. It's also limited cash transactions to 5,000 pesos. The policy will be implemented gradually over 6 months. The government pegs the dollar at 24 pesos to 1, and for select companies, tourists and residents at 120 pesos to $1. Now, Cuba's government has put inflation at 45% so far this year. The communist authorities say the decision is in a bid to control the devaluation of the peso by taking a series of measures to, quote, promote banking in the country and encourage the use of, quote, electronic payments, unquote. Now back home, after another intervention by the Bank of Jamaica, the local currency made ground on the US dollar. The BOJ pumped $20 million into the foreign currency market today. And at the end of the trading session, the greenback is selling for an average $155.39. That brings to a total $50 million being pumped into the market over the last 2 days. Now $117.71 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. The average cost for the pound is $197.71, while it's costing $171.36 for the euro. To the stock market now, the JSE index declined by 2,535 points, while the junior market index gained 25 points. Among the 44 winners were Margaritaville Turks US dollar shares, ISP Finance Services, Paramount Trading Jamaica, Palace Amusement and Jamaica Public Service 7% shares. Now the 56 losers include Stationery and Office Supplies, Trans-Jamaican Highway 8% shares, Cygnus Credit Investments US dollar shares, Pulse Investments and Key Insurance. 9 stocks traded firm. And that's the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.